Yeah, bye. All right, XOXO. Got a girl. Audra at Home is filmed in front of a live Pitbull audience. Good morrow and merry meet. My name is Audra and you are in for a treat. All right, welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I am gonna be doing something new today. Welcome to the first ever nude reviews. All right, so here's the thing. As some of you may know, and many of you do not, I work a very, very intense schedule, and I wanted to be able to review palettes, whether they're sent in PR or I purchase them. I wanted to be able to review eyeshadow palettes in a way that allowed me to use the product and enjoy it or not enjoy it, and then be able to report back to you. And I also wanted to be able to do that in a way that allowed me to have time to do that. And I figured out that one of the greatest and easiest ways for me to do that was to use the product in other videos where you could see it in action and then come to you nude-faced to talk about it. And what better product would I start with than the Lethal Nightflower collection? Now, y'all, this is a 12 pan palette. It is magnetic, and as you can see here from the back, you can easily poke through, and I say poke through, but you can easily poke the shadows out very gently without damaging them in any way, shape, or form. This is the interior, and if for whatever reason you want to rearrange it from this arrangement, then you can. But it does come pre-packaged, preset like this, which is very nice because one of the things that Lethal for a long while for me was that they would often come unassembled and you would assemble it the way that you wanted to, which is fun. But for those who are still new to indie makeup, I think it's kind of cool that it comes like this, because then if you are new to indie makeup, you can start playing around with building your own palette. And if you enjoy building this one, it might just convince you to buy another palette where you pick out your own shades from Lethal Cosmetics. So tonight, because Lethal was kind enough to send me the Nightflower collection in PR, what I'm going to be doing for you today is giving you my honest review of the products, and you will also get to see the products live and in action in other videos that you may or may not have known that I was wearing this palette in. So in order for me to do this, I had to do some things, you know? I wanted to be able to do a good review, and I hope that y'all enjoy my first ever nude review. All right, let's get started. So I wanted to start you off with the swatches of the purple and the blurple. I say this because this is purple, this is a blue purple meant to capture that feeling of the night sky. That's how I view it. Now I want to show you these first because these are the two that don't really have any transformative properties and that they are not multi or duochromes as far as I can tell. This is them swatched out on my hand. And as you can see, these are just really beautiful shades. Now I definitely wanted to start with these because I wanted you to see how the other shimmers will work with them. Starting at the top left, we have a gorgeous goldy shimmer. It is gold with some peach. It's gonna look pink in the pan. This one is shifty. On my hand, you should be able to watch it shift a little bit pink, green, and some purple, and I'm kind of putting it there for a reason. There it is at pink. And I'm going to swatch it in one more spot, which is on the side of the purple. So I just want to kind of give you an idea of what happens when you pair this next to another shade. And as you can see, there's the pink again, but you can see it kind of touching the purple. All right. We're now proceeding in order, and you can see this gorgeous like lavender shade. In the pan, it's gonna look very, very much lavender. This one has some gold undertones in it. And don't worry, I will be changing the lighting in here so you can see how everything works out. But it also, with the purple, layers beautifully over that. That is how I created my super fun purple look that so many people were complimentary of. Next up, we're gonna have the Turquoise. This will be right next to the very deep purple shade. You're going to get turquoise out of this. It has a goldy base, so it will kind of reflect whatever shade you want to play with. Now we are at our final shimmer here. This shimmer in particular is going to be your most sheer shimmer. It is very, very beautiful. You can build it as you see fit. Oh gosh, do y'all see how beautiful these shimmers are? They're so shiny. The texture is quite smooth and with a little bit of creaminess to them. Up next, I will be swatching the mattes for you, and I will just be swatching those in order of the palette. All right, here are all of the mattes, all 6 of them. This is going to be a drier matte formula, but it glides on smoothly and easily across the eye and across the skin. And finally, I just wanted to show you the whole thing kind of all swatched out with them next to each other so you can see exactly how perfectly this palette encapsulates the idea of the Nightflower. The way that the moonlight would hit the woods and flowers at night, this perfectly encapsulates that to me. All right, to complete the swatch party, I will be showing you the highlighters because of course I will. The first one I want to talk about, they do come like so in a rectangular pan. Color that I am showing you, and I'm gonna turn it just a smidge this way, and then we're gonna come right back face head on and turn. Now when you look head on at Stellar, this is going to be a powdery highlight formula, which means you do get to build the formula as much or as little as you want. What I like about this is if you accidentally go in just like a little bit strong, it does buff out. And by that I mean you can buff and spread it out more amongst your cheek and not look quite so, so I recommend when using these highlighters that you put this on first prior to applying your blush. Again, that way if you get a little too out of hand, I mean, I never feel like I'm getting out of hand because I will wear all of the highlighter. But if you do feel like you are getting a little bit too out of hand or you've gotten too out of hand, you can kind of buff it out more. And that's one of the things that I do like about powdery highlighters is that you do have the ability to buff it out. And I feel like it leaves a lot more room for you to build the highlighter up as well. It's also a little bit less sparkly. It's more of an actual just like highlight, less sparkle. So, first up we have Stellar, which head on you're gonna see pink and you will definitely see maybe a little flecks of purple. Now this on my finger is just, this is what it looks like on the finger. It's not gonna look like what it looks like when you get it on your skin, cause baby. Okay, now I have no base on, and this is Stellar. Now on the face, I do notice that it has a blue reflect on deeper skin. I'm a fan. I can't tell you how it looks on lighter skin, so I suggest you go check out my dear friend Teresa, if Teresa is Dead video, if you have not already, to see what this would look like on a lighter skin tone. And by light, I mean almost translucent. Chicken skin. Why did I say chicken skin? She says uncooked chicken, I said chicken skin. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. So far my favorite is Atomic. In the pan it's gonna look green. But on the skin, this one is going to give a lot of peachy tones. I feel like this one is going to, from deeper skin, it has like a pink and slight green reflect. This is Stellar. Okay, so this is Stellar and then this is Atomic. Atomic. Isn't that wild? Now on the skin, this gives a little bit more of a peachier tone. I find that when I'm wanting a more natural, like I'm just like a sweet bitch highlight, then this is what I'm going for. But when I want you to know that I am a creature from another dimension and you cannot talk to me, nor can you breathe the same air, then I'm gonna be putting on Halo. Now in the camera right now, when you're looking at it head on, you're gonna think that it looks green. I will be trying to show these in a different light later. Now as I move away, there we go. I like to play with the light a little bit. We'll see how this all works when I'm playing with it. In your face, it's going to look very pinky blue. All right, and now for the swatch.
Baby, I can see your halo.
All right, now that I have rehydrated my hands from being dry from washing them, I want to talk about how this blends. Y'all, these palettes, this palette blends very, very well. The shimmers blend effortlessly into one another. Hopefully I will be having, if I have done my job in editing, and I really just say this out loud and y'all get to hear it to remind myself during editing to do the shit. But these just, like you can see, like I've been planning this and that. But these truly, when you get down to it, blend effortlessly into one another. You do not have to work very, very hard to get any of this to blend. On deep skin, the shade I was most worried about looks absolutely stunning for like more of a highlight area on my skin. I used it like right here in a look and I was just undone by how, one, it showed up and it looked very beautiful, but two, it added instead of took away from the look. And that's one of the things that, one of the reasons I often stay away from these types of shades. It's for that very reason. A lot of times they go on, they look very ashy and it's very unsettling and I look like the Walking Dead. And while I am, in fact, the Walking Dead, most days, I don't want you to know that until I've already eaten your heart. So the point is, I really like how easy it is to work with this palette. And I really, like I said earlier, feel like it does give that feeling of like walking in the forest at night and coming upon like just a gorgeous exotic bloom of a flower as the moonlight hits it through the trees. And I love that. Like I can clearly see that. And it's just beautiful. I think that's another great thing about this is that the story is very easy to see. You don't have to reach or struggle to figure out what this means. So practical use application. For me, a very important sign or note of a good palette or a fantastic palette for me is how easy I can just finger fuck the shades onto my eye. I know, poor choice of words, but it's the word choice I'm going to use anyway. One of the reasons that this is really important to me is because a lot of times with the way that my work schedule is, if I have something planned after work, listen, I'm gonna be real, I don't always get to shower afterwards, which is disappointing, but I do want to be able to put my face together, and a lot of times I don't get to wash my face first. I have on my base and all of that good stuff. I just don't have an eyeshadow look together. What I liked about this is it was very easy for me to just use my fingers to put on the shadow, and I was doing that with mascara already on my eye. Blend it out very easily. I was able to just get a look together really quickly, use the same brush to do my inner eye as well as underneath here. I also wanted to go in right quick on another shade that I really enjoyed, which is this more blue gray shade that on deeper skin comes across as like a deep gray. Gorgeous, stunning, and wonderful if you want to smoke out your eyes. I think one of the fantastic things about this is you can make this a very, very smoky palette if you want to, and I would say it leans heavier, more like heavier on the smoky side of the world, but you can use it for your daytime application. I feel like this is a really good palette for I feel like this is a really good palette for if you get ready very quickly in the morning and you're one of those people who likes to have eyeshadow on but you don't want it to be an ordeal, then I would recommend this as well. This palette is really gonna get you where you need to go, and it's just a few swipes, you know what I mean? If you've seen me putting this on in some of the previous videos I was wearing it, you've seen me talking with it, it wears very, very well for long periods of time. For me, a long time for me is gonna be about 4 hours. That's the maximum amount of wear time that I usually get to give most of my eyeshadows in today's world, and that works for me. I personally don't expect really any eyeshadow to go, you know, 8 or 9 hours, and honestly, I don't want it to. I find that that's such a weird expectation just in general of makeup. 4 hours for an eyeshadow looking like fantastic without any creasing or whatever is more than enough to me, because honestly, a lot of us start sweating. We have all these unforeseen issues that come up. And it's just like, if it breaks up a little bit after that, am I gonna cry? No. It does not disappear though, so I don't want it to just disappear, but I'm also not gonna freak out if a little bit of it breaks down. I didn't experience that, but I am telling you that like the most I was able to wear these at one point, the most that I was able to wear them in one sitting was about 4 hours, and it looked phenomenal by the time I went to go wash my face. In fact, I feel like actually all the looks that I did, I had them on. I did not want to wash my face because I just felt like I looked so fucking beautiful. I didn't want to wash it off. So do I recommend this palette? If you are looking for a gorgeous purple palette that is going to give you a little bit of that oomph and not just be boring basic purples, and if you are a purple lover like myself and you want just that little bit of elevation in a purple palette, then I would definitely recommend this. I think that it works out very well. I think it's gorgeous. I think it is beautiful. And I also think that it's something that you could wear to work. You know, you can grab, I'm already getting it dirty, y'all, because I'm a dirty child. But this is a good daytime work shade, and this is the shade that I'm gonna say this is gonna be your friend, because it's such a sheer shade that you can build it if you want to, but you can also use it if you just wanted to use it very lightly. Like this is me just kind of putting it in very light, very gently, right? And then you can kind of take this all over your lid with a little bit, like look at that. You know, all over the lid, and it gives just a little bit, and you can build it as much as you want to. So you can easily take that shade from day to night when you're ready. So that is it. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. I think that it's great, it's fun, it's fantastic, whether you are a makeup collector or you're very discerning in what palettes you pick up. I think it checks both of the boxes for me. Now, you know I'm a makeup fiend and I will buy a lot of makeup. In fact, I just, got an order of 2 more foundations and 2 more concealers. We'll move past it. But I do think that as a practical palette and as a fun palette, it works. So I would highly recommend it. Are you looking for a fun purple palette? And the highlighters, baby. Yes, say yes to those for sure. I think there's a little bit of something for everyone in here. I would definitely recommend that you pick it up. The price is right, cha. And I hope that this video was fun for you. I hope it was informative, and I hope you enjoyed it, because y'all, this is what I'm gonna have to be doing for a little bit. The nude or naked review. I'm gonna become like Urban Decay and just like naked as my thing. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Please let me know if you did. If you made it this far into the video, I would like it if you typed in the words I'm housin'. I'm housin', H-O-U-S-I-N, just to confuse people if they didn't make it this far and they just watched part of it and they're just like, what? And then there's just a bunch of comments that say, I'm housin', or like, this was a great review, I'm housin'. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, give this video a big thumbs up, so then that way the algorithm goddess can do what she does best, which is push me further down into the algorithm so that I can continue to do whatever the fuck I want to. As usual, huge shout out to my patrons and spooky bays. Yeah, without which I truly would not be able to keep the bats in the belfry and the spiders firmly ensconced in their webs. Also, I am hoping that by the time this video goes up, I will have finally started working on the rodeo vlog, which is gonna be such a good time. It shouldn't be a long thing to edit, but I'm just crunched for time. All right, consider joining my Patreon, consider joining the channel membership. I am hoping soonish. I just have to wait for work to get, but I want to do another movie night and I'm looking forward to that. All right, y'all, you know it costs $0 to be kind, and it's so good for your soul because if you don't take care of it, me and my naked ass face are sure as shit coming for yours. Till next time, XOXO. Got the girl. I hope that like random white guy hunk like makes it big in the industry. I'm sure he will. He doesn't really do anything action. He's just like, I am a mildly attractive white man. My jaw is very square, which is going to lead people to say that I'm hot, but really I'm mid. I did it!